The march restarted around midsummer, right in the middle of the monsoon rains. It must have been the last straw for the Greek troops, the wet, the muggy heat, the mosquitoes. As any old India hand will tell you, during the rains nothing ever gets dry, your gear and weapons rust, clothes rot, wounds don't heal. And there was no end to the fighting. Casualties mounted remorselessly. We followed Alexander by road and entered today's India north of the Sikh holy city of Amritsar. Nearby, we picked up 2 taxis to take us on to Alexander's appointment with destiny by the banks of the river Bias. In early September, Alexander reached the Bias, at the crossing place of one of the ancient routes through North India. As he stared out across the river, Alexander still thought the end of the earth was near. His teacher Aristotle had taught him India was a short peninsula jutting into the great ocean which circled the earth. As far as he knew, they didn't have far to go. But here at the Bias, when Alexander questioned local people about the road ahead, new and unexpected information came into his hands. The end of the earth was not near. 2 or 3 weeks' march from the Bias was a far bigger river, the Ganges, and a great kingdom with a vast army and thousands of war elephants. How far is it? How many kilometers is it from here to Delhi? 500. Yeah.
Long distance.
Yeah. The Greek army could do about 30 kilometers a day, so well, they could do that in 3 weeks, couldn't they?
It opens in October.
Looking out across the river, Alexander, of course, was all for pushing on. But now, after 8 years and 17,000 miles, the troops had reached breaking point. The king urged them to one last great effort, but he was greeted with silence. No one dared speak. They were too frightened. And then one of the senior commanders, Coenus, plucked up the courage. "Sir, you said you would never lead us as a dictator," he began, rather daringly. "You always said you were open to persuasion. Well, let me speak now, not on our behalf, but on behalf of the ordinary rank and file of the army. Most of the men who came out with us from Greece have left their bones out there on the roads of Asia. And those that remain are battered in body and weary in spirit. Just look at them, their gear's ruined, they're wearing patched up Indian clothes. They've had enough. Sir, under your leadership, our achievements have been simply wonderful. But the will of the gods can't forever be taken for granted. Surely the time has come now to set a limit to our endeavors." The king had reached the moment on which his life would turn. It's been the subject of legend ever since. It's even in the Hindi movies. The king was beside himself with fury. For 3 days he sulked in his tent. Then, seeing the army's mood, Alexander asked the gods for a sign. The army waited on tenterhooks. The omens were bad. Alexander accepted the will of the gods and agreed to turn back. And what if they'd gone on? To the Ganges, China even. The whole of history might have been different. But it was not to be. Before he turned back, he made altars to the gods who'd brought him so far. Dionysus, Apollo, Hercules. And an inscription. Alexander stopped here.